feeling a bit self-conscious if I'm honest, because firstly I'm very close to home, walking around holding a GoPro, looking like a prat. But secondly, I'm off on a micro adventure, as they tend to be called. It's my, I don't want to say resolution, I hate New Year's resolutions because it makes me think they'll be done by the end of January, but it's my ambition this year to have a micro adventure a month, be it completely overnight or just an evening or whatever can be fitted in, where I do something a bit different, a bit out of my comfort zone, out of the ordinary. I know people probably think I do that all the time, but just something that gets me outside and gets me thinking. These are often touted by people like Alistair Humphreys, that yeah, just getting a bit of adventure in the wilderness and your life does you a lot of good. But it's less about the wilderness tonight because it's blooming freezing, being January. It's not quite actually freezing, but it's pretty cold. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm not committing myself to spending the whole night out if I do get too cold, but I'm at least going to give it a go. And the aim is to stay very close to home in case I do decide to bail, because my personal theory about a micro adventure is, as long as you've stepped out the door, you can't fail. And I've done that already. My bag packed with my bivvy kit and my sleeping bag and a thermos full of hot chocolate and more warm clothes. And yeah, so I should be all set for however long I last. I've got my eye on a spot that's close enough that if I do decide to pull, it's a very short trip back to a warm house and a warm bed. So in theory, not a lot can go wrong. And I'm just walking into the village now because I'm gonna go for a bit of a short run first, just to get everything moving and tire myself out a bit. But first things first, I need to get some dinner. So I'm out running or jogging. The aim is not building on fitness today, so I'm not too worried about the speed. I'm trying not to get too warm and too sweaty because it make me colder when I stop. But I have my dinner wrapped up, and yeah, it's quite a night. I'm on a very familiar trail. I often run up and down here at night, even if I don't tend to stop. So yeah, I'm quite used to being out here in the dark, and a few pigeons fluttering from the trees, but apart from that it's just me. And in some ways that feels a lot more reassuring than being somewhere that there's lots of unknown people. I can see and hear people coming from miles off, and yeah, quite comfortable. We'll see how I feel when I get a bit more settled. this is me, fed and tucked up. I should make sure I'm zipped up, shouldn't I? Yeah, enjoyed my dinner. It was still vaguely warm by the time I got to it, and as you can see, it is a bit chilly, but I'm getting snug as a bug in a rug here. You can see the setup. Ooh, there's my hat. I have my sleeping bag and my bivvy. And yeah, I don't think you'll be able to see the view. Probably just see the lights from the cars on the road down there. Whether I'll be here in the morning when the sun comes up is yet to be seen. Clouds are coming over a bit, so there's a bit of light pollution, but the stars were out earlier. But yeah, I think I'll settle down until I wake up or get too cold or feel like I've had enough. But yeah, I'm gonna have a bit of hot chocolate and see how things go. Oh dear. Okay. So it's pretty early, but I need a wee. So I've got out of my little cocoon, which has been very comfortable. I've actually been pretty much warm enough, which I was quite worried about, but I definitely could have stuck it out. It's a bit dewy on the ground, but I can still see the lights around. But yeah, it's been dead quiet. Well, I say dead quiet. A few owls kicked off, I don't know what time. They soon quietened down, so that was fine. I had a dream about being trampled by cows, but apart from that, there are no cows. And yeah, it's been a quiet night, but it's either get up and then try and get back in and get warm, or get off and up and potter back down the road and get back into a real bed for a few hours. So I think I'm going to actually do the latter, because it's been great, but yeah, I wouldn't be staying till sunrise anyway, so I'll make a break for it while I can. So this is me just re-entering the bright lights of civilization into the back end of Nicola, and I'll soon be in the street lights. A bit muddy underfoot. I got a wet foot, but I've warmed up a treat and I've got moving, even though it's not been far. So nearly pretty much home, and yeah, I think this has been quite a success. Little mini adventure right on my doorstep, and just made it dead easy because I know exactly where I am, exactly how to bail out if I'd had a problem, and yeah, got myself moving, got a bit of dinner and enjoyed a bit of fresh air. And as much as the owls wake me up, it's nice to hear them, and you know, I wouldn't have known they were there otherwise. So yeah, here we are back in the streets. It's very quiet. Don't know if I'll see anybody else between here and home. And here we have it. Home sweet home. Ooh. Made it. Brilliant news. Right, now for a couple of hours clip, and out on the bike.